Well, hey, how y'all doing? How's everybody doing today? What is happening with my people here in the place to be on a wonderful Wednesday afternoon or evening, whatever it is? I don't even know what time it is. As you can tell, I'm a little tired. I'm all scruffy, all hair long, beard all out. Tired. What's up, y'all? Hopefully, I'm not too jumpy and strange, but let me know if there's any problem with the internet. Um, what's up there, Mr. Good? How you doing, y'all? And yeah, music's still playing because I don't want to hear silence. But what's up, y'all? How y'all doing? I'm tired. Working way too much. About to get a week off next week to prepare for the air show that's happening on Saturday, the 23rd. And let's see. Yeah, working. May not be. Okay, hold on a minute. Let's see. My internet not working? Let's see. Might need to I need to reset my internet connection. So night, Spencer. To reset my internet connection. I don't know what's going on here. There we go. It's playing. Okay. So anyway, it might be a little weird, and if it is, I'm sorry. But my internet's weird, and I don't know why. But what's up? Check out my website. I haven't been pushing my merch much, but take a look at my website. Take a look at my stuff. If you want to support the channel, it's the best way to do it. If you look in the description, it will show you how to become a member and all those other things. Go ahead and do it. I don't have stuff ready for today, but we'll have stuff ready for next week for showing off some new things. So take a look. Stay tuned. There will be new things coming. Parts show up like they're supposed to, but when they do, there's going to be some cool stuff coming. So keep an eye out for that. But take a look at my website, Gooniac33.me. Been quiet, but as you can see in the that major picture, that picture for the stream, there's going to be some new stuff coming, aka the all in reference to the B1, some other regular prop planes too, but some other stuff coming. So anyway, take a look. Hopefully sounds not too bad. But I wanted to talk about a couple things. I'm not going to be doing any working or how-tos or anything like that today, but there will be some stuff. So if you haven't looked in the descriptions, there are some things there that we're going to talk about because I like seeing new stuff. I like seeing cool new things come out. And there are some sites that always show things before others do, and FNRC is one of those. So we will be looking at some of that stuff from FNRC that's going to be showing up here in the U.S., either from Banana Hobby or Hobby Zone or any of those places. But arrows from arrows, stuff from this other company. But there's cool stuff coming. So anyway, but let's get back into what we were normally doing. I normally do the shout outs, and I see that there are lots of people talking. So let's get to that. So Mr. Mike Bird was here. I think one of the first. I hope I get to everybody that was here first. Mr. Big Chris is here. Mr. Pete Lane. And I see lots of members here, which is cool. Thank you for the members. And for memberships, just take a look in the description. It shows you how to do that. There's a join button there too. Mr. Pete Lane, what's up? Anthony Lashi. Jack78, what's up with you? Mr. Craig Bevan. Mr. Mike Bird. Hanger 51, what's happening, Kenny? Tim Justins. It's Mr. CVO Hobo, what's up with you? JCB67, Mr. Wild Bill. So Wild Bill, you're always asking about flyovers. We just got bombed today by some F-35. I got to see 4 F-35Bs. Got video of 3, but 4 of them flew over. Very low, very loud. I'll post that on my Facebook page later. Who else? Mr. Victor RC Jets, what is up with you? Who else? You guys are chatting early, so thanks for being here and chatting. Show is going to be, let me know if the sound is working the way it should be, because I had some issues, but it should be okay now, hopefully. Trying to make sure everything plays as it should. Looking at the screen from another window, hoping it plays. Anyway, let me know. Let me know it works. So yes, we are here. Who else is there? Sir Blue Sky, Belly Laugh Club. I still have to post some more of those pictures you sent me. Mike, Mr. Mike Ford. Thank you for being here, Mr. Michael Reitza. Why are you looking at my lips, Michael Reitza? And if stuff is off, I'll have to shut it down and start over. Andy Cho, what's happening with you? I think that's pretty much it. I think we're caught up. But hopefully I can get this thing to play. What's going on? I think I'm having a contend with my internet upstairs, so I might be having a hard time getting stuff working. And I've got internet access, so I wonder what the hell's going on. Like it's working. Okay. But it looks like it's somewhat low quality. So anyway, oh, that's what's wrong. Duh. I have my light on. Sheesh. Ding dong. I jumped up off the couch because I was trying to get some time to relax after work because I got home way late. Way later than I normally do. All right, so anyway, there we go. Hopefully that's not too bad. But let's see, where's this? So anyway, what's up, my people? Oh, Nate, I said Super Dingus. What you talking about? So there you go. There's Nate. Nate, believe it or not, you might be annoying as hell sometimes, but I do miss having you on the channel. So one of these days we're gonna have to have you back on here. And I gotta come out there and watch you fly your 3D stuff, since all you're gonna do is cap on me for my flying style, even though I never cap on you for yours, boy. Anyway, Nate, I did see you. I thought you heard me. What's up? There you are. Howdy, howdy. If you guys haven't been paying attention, Nate has been getting major shout outs from Eflite and other people because he's going crazy on that 3D stuff and all the Eflite planes. He's actually showing those Eflite people how you're supposed to fly the planes instead of having them crusty old people flying them. So take a look at that Foolio. Good to see you on here though, Nate. It's been forever. So anyway, so as I said, I want to talk about some stuff, but let's get some questions out the way first. I'm not going to go crazy forever here today. I'm going to try to end in about another 30 or so minutes because we got some stuff to go do, but I did want to get on here and discuss some of the cool stuff that I've seen. So if anybody got any questions, what's the time for y'all to throw some questions at me? See what can come up. Let's see here. So drinking my blueberry pomegranate sparkling water. Let's see what's going on with y'all. Mainly just bash. Yeah. So hey, I'm serious, guys. I'm I'll throw things out there as funny, but seriously, check out Eflite's page because Nate has been getting repped for the stuff that he's actually really good at doing. Um, he's been flying those UMX planes as they should be flown for promotion, blah blah blah, whatever. He's showing them off. Let's take a look at Eflite. Give Nate some props when you see him. See them posting it. Jack helps, but these are definitely cool to watch, and I'm sure that they sell some planes for him because that's the way they should be shown. But anyway, so we're going to talk about some small planes today too because there's some new ones that are coming out that look pretty cool. So Jeff in LA, I didn't see that. That's one I gotta go. I gotta look at. I got a freaking sparkle on my eye. There you go. So, throw some questions out there, and if we don't get a whole lot of questions, I'm just gonna go straight into what it is I was talking about. Make sure to look in the description because Mr. Angelo, what's up? So take a look in the description because I have links to the planes I wanted to talk about. I'll just, all you got to do is go to the description. It'll show you there's 4 different links there, or actually multiple. There's a whole bunch of links. Let's see how many there are. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 links to the Facebook page that's showing FNRC. We'll talk about that stuff. But so, if I don't see any questions, if you guys have questions, you can ask them whenever. But I wanted to talk about some of this cool new stuff that's coming out because we always get caught up in the big EDFs or the big planes or all the big expensive stuff, and we've been flying for a while, so chances are we might be further along and have more equipment. So it might not be that big of a deal for us to get these things that cost more, but there are a lot of people that don't have the money, don't have the resources, don't have the space, whatever, to get into these bigger planes. So, like when you see something like a MiG-29 or like a Su-30 or the new Su-27s or any of those things, they're huge and they're expensive. So a lot of people can't spend money on it. There are people that it doesn't matter. But for the most part, most people with expenses and people that are adults will have a hard time justifying spending $700 on a piece of foam. Seeing some of the stuff come out that is out now, it's pretty awesome. So let's get started with one of them, and I'll post the link here in the description. It's in another language, so you're going to have to translate it. But this is a cool one because I had the J11. I got it from the guys over at FMS. It was they're cool enough to send me one. So I had that for a while. It's huge. They're huge for what they are. So it was hard to do anything with. It's really hard on batteries. I put 7200 in mine at work. I'm talking about the J11/Su-27. So take a look, and I just dropped the link there in the chat. That is the new Flyfans Su-27/J11 that's coming out. I don't know if it's going to be a different number, but it's Flyfans, and I think Flyfans is going to be a something that either Banana probably going to have it. And I think that's probably what they're going to be dropping tomorrow. So I might be jumping the gun, but so what? So take a look. Take a look at the link. It's pretty cool. I'm not going to overload my computer here. What's up, Airvexed? But click that link I just dropped. Take a look at it. It's pretty cool. I'm always complaining about outrunners being in EDFs, and guess what? This is an Inrunner twin 64 millimeter. So I don't know if this is an FMS fan or if it's a different fan. Because the last Flyfans that I had, they did have FMS gear in there. So maybe FMS has something they haven't been telling us about yet, or they just use a different fan. But take a look. That's an Su-27 twin 64 millimeter. Comes in 3 different schemes. It comes in Ukrainian scheme, comes in a J11, which is the the version that's licensed by licensed to the to the Chinese, and then there's the display version of the SU-27 from the Russian team. So there's like 20 something pictures there showing everything, and it's in another language, but showing showing outrunner here. But from what I heard, they're going to be inrun. So it's definitely worth taking a look at. Let's see here. There's actually four different schemes. So take a closer look. It's actually pretty cool. It's got retracts, which is nice. So, and there is the possibility that they're going to be in runners. I don't know if it's for sure going to be in runners. If they are, that's going to be awesome. But if not, let me get text. But if not, it's still going to be good. Twin 64. So Twin 64. It's going to be a lot easier on batteries. It's going to be 6S, which is good. But it's going to be really, so you never know. And yeah, I see that what Jeff in Lower Alabama is saying. Notice if Garcia is selling some aeroplanes. Yes, they are selling some. I don't know if they're selling all of them, but they are selling some. And from what I've seen, FMS does make stuff, so you never know. We shall see. But check it out. Check out the link. I posted the link already. I'm just going to briefly touch on it because I think that might be something that Banana Hobby will be doing their own exclusive version of tomorrow. But if we jump the gun, so what? So there's one. I don't have a link to this one, but check out Fair RC for the new 64 millimeter Futura 2. That's pretty cool. I might be one of those and trying a 6S setup in it to make it a little speed demon on a little 2800 or 2200 6S. So, but take a look. There's lots of cool stuff out, and the thing is, there are lots of planes that are affordable now. Planes that are affordable now. So make sure to look at the stuff that is a little bit more within reach. You know, some of the stuff that's coming out, it's just way too much money. You could, just because you can do it doesn't mean you should. And it's just, I like to see that everybody is able to be included. It's not just about, this whole what do you call it, exclusive club that you have to be in to be able to afford certain things. I think that's ridiculous. I think everybody should be kind of on the same page. The way that I look at RC is that it's supposed to be something that brings people together, and having all these different aspects of the hobby and some that are so far and unattainable for most people is kind of crazy. You want it to be where you can enjoy the hobby, have fun, and not have to worry about whether or not yeah, thanks, Big Chris. Take a look at that link and link there too, guys. That's for the S Futura that I was talking about, the 64. But it should be one of those things where it's hard for people to all get together, and everybody should be able to get together and fly. Shouldn't matter about how much money it costs. Shouldn't matter about who has what equipment. Shouldn't be about that. It should be about everybody coming together and, hey, let's all show up and fly. It shouldn't matter who has what. Just everybody hang out and fly. That's what it used to be like when we went to this place called Baylands here where I am. Most of what we flew was hand launched, but everybody was for the most part on the same page. There were some people that had like $4,000 or $5,000 gliders, but for the most part, everybody hung out, and they were doing what you're supposed to do in the hobby, which is enjoy, hang out. It's not about appendage waggling. It's about having fun, stress relief, all those things. Doing your best to enjoy the hobby without breaking the bank. That's what it should be about, not necessarily break. If you want to spend a whole lot of money, go ahead. There are ways to do that. If you want to get into turbines, you want to get into composite, you want to get into gliders or helicopters or any of that thing, go ahead. But don't start looking down on people, and that's the problem with what's going on now. Lots of people throwing their weight around saying, oh, well, if you can't do this, oh, foamy this, oh, blah, blah, whatever. Shush. It's the hobby. Enjoy the hobby. So Fair RC, there, Big Chris posted it. The Futura is a good start, good starting jet. Um, and then these jets that I'm showing you. So I got that one. Let's get this one in here too. So twin 64 millimeter is much more attainable for people, much easier to get into. So that was one. Now this is one. This is one that I really got excited about. I'm putting it in the chat right now. I didn't expect it. It really surprised me to see this. This is you got to click the link. I'm not going to share my screen or anything, but it's a 50 millimeter Arrows Avanti, 3S to 4S. You know, if I get something like that, it's going to be 4S. But check FNRC is who posted this. They're probably jumping the gun, so a lot of people are not going to be happy with the fact that they're saying this stuff early before it's actually debuted on an actual website. But who cares? I don't care. Again, I want this hobby to be accessible to everyone, and a plane like this will be that. Hopefully, this is going to be well under $200. This is something that should be like in the neighborhood of 129 to 139, max 150. But take a look at this thing. It's pretty sweet. I mean, it's a hand launcher, but it's 50 millimeter, and it looks just like that bigger Avanti from Freewing. FMS has their own version of an Avanti too, but maybe this does look kind of like the FMS version. But take a look at this thing. It's I think it's an 11. Let me see the translation. I gotta see if it'll translate. So it's an 11 blade, just like all the other Arrows birds. You can fit up to 2200 4S in there. Their money's off. I guess it comes with a gyro too, so it's probably going to be somewhere in the $175 range, maybe a little less, whatever. But either way, it's affordable. It's small, and most likely it's going to fly like all the other birds in that class, which fly amazing. The little Futura and the little Avanti. I mean, there you go. You've got two of the best sport jets out there. But the little 50 millimeter Avanti, I mean, that's just you can't get any better than that. That's got to be super crazy stable. Who doesn't have a 4S 2200, or you can use a little 1300 or 2200 3S. So it's not going to be break the bank on batteries. It's not going to break the bank just in purchase price altogether. So that's another crazy good deal there. Something I probably will end up getting just because I like those little 50s. My first EDFs were 50 millimeters, and people weren't nuts over the way that I was able to get them to work and the way I was able to get them to fly, because you could make them fly like much bigger planes. And this is before gyros. This was before I started putting gyros and stuff. I could get my little 50 millimeter L39 to fly at almost 100 miles an hour on a 4S 1000 and do big loops, big rolls, all that stuff that bigger planes would do. So do not count out the 50s. The little 50 millimeters are great little planes. If you want to get into EDFs without breaking the bank and worrying about breaking something, there you go. Take a look at that. That little Avanti is pretty dang badass. So take a look. I put the link there in the chat, so take a look at it. Tell me what y'all think of that. So that's another one. So let's get to this other. Click on. So this is another one that you haven't seen. This is a video, though. I'm not going to click the video. So this is another video too. I'll post this anyway, and you guys have to check this out later. But there are two other 50 millimeters. I don't know who's going to be selling these, but I think that they look pretty dang awesome. So I'm going to post this in there. This is the from FNRC, and I don't know if this is going to be coming to the US. And if it does come to the US, chances are it's either going to be an Arrows hobby or possibly a Fly Fans. I don't know. So it could be from Banana Hobby or it could be from Hobby Zone. I don't know. But I do know that they will be coming here, and I've seen some people here in the US with them already. So take a look at that. That is a 50 millimeter MiG 17, and that's pretty dang cool. I had a 50 millimeter a MiG 15, and I loved it. It flew amazing. I had a buddy with an F-86, and we'd fly. We'd do combat. Actually, I had the F-86, he had the MiG, and we'd do combat. And it was the coolest thing ever. These little 50s flying around. We actually hit each other in the sky once, and they just tumbled down and landed and didn't even have any damage at all. But 50 millimeters are cool. You can get lots of performance out of them when you get these 11 to 12 blade fans in there. I had a 10 blade fan in one of them. The fan that I liked the most was a 4 blade Hymax fan. Um, you could get one of those and put in there, and it would scream. It was meant for 3S, but we put it on 4S. Those are actually in runners back in the days, little Hymax in runners. 4 blade, 50 millimeters, and those things screamed. But take a look at the link there. I'm not going to share my screen, but take a look at the link and go through. It's a video from FNRC showing them with the new, it has to be arrows. It doesn't say, it just says brand new design, brand new plane, 50 millimeter MiG 17, 3S to 4S. It might be an arrows. I don't know. We'll see. Or it could be a global aerofoam, or it could be a, what do you call it? A couple different things. Who knows? But it looks cool, and it will be available. I think it's right now. It's available through RC Castle, so you can get them that way. But take a look. Again, small, affordable. They don't look hard to fly. You're not going to break the bank. What I used to do with these things is I had what, basically 8 to 10 50 millimeter jets. I could fit them all in my trunk, no problem. And back then, since they were so small, I could just insulate them with either the old jackets that I used to use. I have the packing blankets that I'm using now to keep my stuff nice. But take a look, look cool, and they're affordable. Now that's one. Now there's another one, which is the this is a video from FNRC. Don't look at it yet, but remember to go look later. You can come back to the description here and click on there, and it'll show you. But an MB339, which is who is it? Somebody's making a foam version of that plane right now, and a big version of it. So there's a link to that. That's a 50 millimeter also. This has to either be arrows or global aerofoam or fly fans, one of those three. I don't know. So I don't know who's going to be selling it, but I do want everybody to know that they're out there and take a look. And yeah, there's the Avanti video. Mike Bird just posted that. But take a look. The videos are also in those little links that I posted as well. But they look awesome. The little Avanti was a screamer. They scream. So it's the whole point in me putting this out there for you guys is so that you can see that you don't have to feel bad that you can't afford a Eurofighter, or feel bad that you can't afford a MiG-29 or an Su-30. They don't even sell those anymore. They're the Su-27 or the J-11. So yes, thanks, Mike Bird. That's the arrows. So take a look, guys. There's the video. He posted it. He has it in the chat there. But also click the links that I put there in the chat. And this is just to share with people that there's more stuff out there than just the big brands that have shot their prices through the roof and made things unattainable for a lot of people. So these guys make things affordable. Hobby Zone, they might have it. Banana Hobby, they might have it. You can always order it from RC Castle or Hobby Paradise. Those guys are overseas. There's also Turbines RC where you can get it. They are overseas, so you might end up having to pay a little bit of a shipping fee, but hopefully they'll end up here on retailers. There's supposed to be a drop on Thursday tomorrow from Banana Hobby, and I'm having a feeling it's going to be related to some fly fan stuff. But the fly fans, SE27 has been posted there, so take a look. The MB339 looks really cool. MB339 is a trainer, so chances are that's going to fly incredible. Take a look at the video. I think that they posted that on their pages. Well, take a look at FNRC's Facebook page, because you can actually click that in those links that I sent. Let me see the last one here. What's this last one? Oh, okay. So it's about the MB339, but It's a slightly different one. It's a video that's explaining. It's hard to understand what the people are saying, but it's still cool. So there's the MV339. So again, I wanted to share some things that are a little bit different than what you're used to seeing, mainly because they are, all this stuff is becoming so unaffordable. Um, so Killer Planes, hey, thank you for coming back. I saw that we missed you last time because my show was so short. But the Fly Fans Griffin is a pretty cool plane. I sold mine. I just didn't have room for it. But it did once I figured it out. It flew great. All with the FMS gear in there. Flew wonderful. And I think Big Chris said he was leaving. Somebody was leaving. Um, so Big Chris, have a good night. See you next time. And always hit me up on chat like you always do. If you got questions. Yeah, Fly Fans is doing good. So let's see here. Crash Test Dummy RC. He has a question about Tailor-ons. Why and when do you consider this setup over a traditional setup? So there is no right and wrong answer with that, but there can be things that are overcomplicated. With a lot of the planes that we fly, you don't really need Tailor-ons. But if you're going to use flapper-ons, spoiler-ons, or anything of that nature, having Tailor-ons does help because it will help with your roll control without messing with the lift on the wing. So if you have it's just using F-16 as an example. Some people like to put flapper-ons in there. You don't really need to do that with an RC version, but if you do, you're going to lose some of your roll control with ailerons. So putting in Tailor-ons will help with that. If you're going to be doing lots of high alpha stuff, where you're having spoiler-ons, which are basically reflex in the wing, where the nose is up in the air a lot, Tailor-ons will help with that. I don't even know if that's the proper name for it, but that's what they're. If you ever look at a full-scale plane with fly-by-wire like an F-16 or F-18, even F-15, you'll notice that the tail, or even F-35s like flew over me today, all the surfaces move, and sometimes you'll see the stabilators move as an aileron would, because that's what they do. So if you have a setup like that, there are people that will spend a whole lot of time setting up their plane with all these different settings to do Tailor-ons, etc. You can do it if you want. If you want to fiddle and get that to do it. That's great. Do whatever works for you. It's not necessary, but if you want a little more authority, a little more control, you can do it that way. It takes a lot of programming to do it, depending on what radio system you're using. It can be done. If you're using a FR Sky type thing or OpenTX, something like that, or whatever they call them now, that makes it easier. It's harder to do it with Spectrum stuff. You can do it with Futaba pretty easy, but you can do it. It's not necessary in my opinion, but if you want to have the ultimate and control authority, it will help. So why not? Go for it. Whatever floats your boat, whatever blows your dress up, as my friend's baseball coach used to say. Go ahead and do it, but it's not required. But if you want that little extra bit of control and you have all the channels and the time and the know-how to do it, go for it. So just look at the time. I know it's time to hang out with Ray. Hey, what's up, Shadow? So hey, I started earlier today because I've got some stuff to do, and we're probably going to be wrapping up here in probably the next 10 minutes. But so thank you for coming. Thank you for being here. But we're going to keep on going for a little bit more. So that stuff is everywhere. From what I've seen, FR Sky does have a new interface out right now that's actually pretty good. Can't remember what it's called, but they've gotten better. And I'm actually, when it comes time to change radios, I'm probably going to delve into the FR Sky stuff and have people help me get that worked out, because they are some of the most reliable systems out there. I haven't had bad luck with my Spectrum stuff, but I know that I'm limited with what I can do simply because of, there you go, Tim Juice, it's Ethos. I'm limited with what we can do because of all the way that they set it up. They make it user friendly, but when they make it user friendly, they also cut out some of the stuff you can do But not that. So there you go. No, you're right. So Anthony Lachey, it's FR Sky is the ethos system. And he says, and they're great systems. So they've gotten better. They've made it so that they're easier to use. Um, so let's see. So CVO Hobo, that's actually a good. I have a video of me flying my MiG 15. I used to take that off from the grass. Took the tanks off, and it would sit on the grass, and I just slide it and take off. But the best thing to do with the 50s is hand launch them. Put your hands on the CG or a little ahead of the CG. At about half throttle, and they just come on back. Camera, come on back. So, yeah, the 50s are great. Sorry for the camera going. I don't know what's up with my camera. It's doing weird stuff. But I used to hand launch everything back in the days. We even used to hand launch 90mm planes. But there were people that would put them on. They'd put them on the what do you call them? Those catapult type things, jetapult, whatever they call it. Launch them that way. Camera's gonna go off for a second, guys. But Radio Master's cool. Yeah, we're gonna have to get used to all that new stuff. When it comes time, I will. I'll take a look. I have a friend, Kenny. I have a friend who works for FR Sky. So when it comes time, I can get hooked up with stuff. Actually, I have a couple people that do. You leaving? Okay. So there are lots of videos out there. That's the cool thing about. Oh, there you are. Okay. That's the cool thing about FR Sky and these others. There's a lot of people who post videos. RC Air Marshal's done done a lot of good videos on this stuff. So there are lots of ways to get this stuff to work. Let's see. Oh, the Fred Barron. Hey, if I didn't tell you howdy, I'm telling you howdy now. What's up? Fred Barron has been one of my longest supporters, guys. He's been following me for probably over 10 years. But thanks for being here, my friend. Mr. Snow River, what is up with you? Thanks for being here as always. Hangar 51. Yeah, Kenny, I'll let you know. It's a long ways away, but my NX10 has been great. But if I decide to start doing some bigger stuff, I've been thinking about doing some composite EDFs. But space is always an issue, so we'll have to figure that part out. The plane that I really wanted that I haven't been able to get is an F-86. So I was thinking about possibly getting the HSD version, but they're out of stock. And they actually have an in-runner setup, which is really cool. I've seen the T-33 fly with them goofy looking landing gear, make it look like freaking skips. But I do plan on possibly getting up to something a little bigger, but F-86 for sure would be the one. So I think that's pretty much what I wanted to yammer about today. But there are, so just keep your eyes out, guys. There are lots of cool planes coming. Banana Hobby does have some cool planes at the moment. I have a couple from them. I'd like to eventually get a couple more of the X-Fly birds. My T-7A is one of my favorite planes. And I've seen, flown the Alpha Jet was actually pretty cool that they make too. So there are a couple more planes that I want. I'd like to try out, but we'll see. But the whole point in me doing the show today was just to show that there are still some affordable planes out there. Somebody was saying something about the old Hobby King planes. Hobby King used to have the small planes, and then so did Banana Hobby. I got most of mine from Banana Hobby. I ordered some from over in China, but somebody was saying something about Hobby King. If that was, um, oh, it was Anthony Lachey. There it is. So yeah, so there's those two planes. They're newer now, but there's the Banggood F-18. I think it's Aviation. That's who it is. And then there's the Hobby King version of the F-16. They have. I have the F-16. The F-16 flies good. It could be a little better. I think it was better the way that I used to fly it, but it's quiet now because it's got the little 11 blade or 12 blade in it. But the main thing is it's affordable. Um, I'm all about affordable, all about stuff that actually is attainable. Um, it's not something that you're going to feel intimidated to fly because you've got so much money invested in it. But and the whole thing I'm trying to get across is that just because you fly something bigger, something faster, something different doesn't mean that you can start looking down on people because they're stuck with stuff that's smaller and less complex or less has less presence or whatever. People are in the hobby for what it is that they want it to be. You can do it for what you want it to be. If you want to fly big, bad, diesel burning or kerosene burning, whatever, or gas, whatever, go ahead. But don't look down on people just because theirs might be a little different than yours. Um, it's a it's a hobby that's supposed to be fun and inclusive. So unless you're flying drones at the same time as airplanes, um, it's supposed to be something where we all get along, and that's kind of the reason why we have the air show at the airport every year, is to show that there are ways to be in aviation through either RC or full scale, or join the two by a lot of people fly both full scale and RC for fun. So there's no reason why everybody can't all get along in all forms. In the air show that we have, it's going to show that everything from EDFs up to top of the line turbines and everything in between. So I'll fly some of my EDFs for the crowd. A couple friends will fly theirs. Then there'll be some warbirds of all different kinds. And then there will be some helicopters. I think it's just one helicopter going to be there, but still, it's a showstopper. And then some pyrotechnics with smoke and rocket power. Then we'll do some actual turbines. Or maybe it's just going to be one this year. We'll see. But either way, it's going to be cool. And the whole point is to make sure that people realize the hobby is about all of that. Not so much drones, but the hobby is about all of it, including all of it. There are drones that can be involved. Most people that fly drones don't even really want to be included in the RC hobby, but they can be. I don't think there's going to be any at my show, but still. So anyway, I think that's. So yeah, I actually bought a couple 64s as well. I had the 64, the Arrows F-15, the Arrows MiG-29, and then the most recent one was the Arrows MiG-25, or Flyfans MiG-25. So there are some out there. So anyway, that's that, and that's my spiel for the day. But we are going to call it a day because I got some more stuff I would like to be doing. But I did want to do my little all-inclusive spiel with y'all. So now also, if you have any other questions regarding my stuff, my planes, my things, you can always check out my website, Gooniac33.me. I have tons of videos posted online. They may not be the highest quality, but I try to make them informative and help. That's the most important thing that I like to do, is help people. I don't know everything about the hobby, but I do know a lot that a lot of people don't. So I'm willing to help in every way that I can. And if I don't know, I will always point you in the right direction for people that do. Yes, I sell stuff, but it's not important for me to always sell. It's more important for me to help people be successful in this hobby. Selling part is cool, and I've done pretty well over the last few years with the selling stuff, and I appreciate all the customers that I've had from doing that. But as I've always told them, it's more important for me to help you be successful at the hobby than it is for me to sell you something. So that, and I've helped other competitors people with competitors' product and get their stuff going. So that's cool. And the Fred Baron, yes, please check out my merchandise. I've got to get some new things on there. My son has some new designs that I need to show everybody. But that is going to be it for me today. Um, thanks to you guys for being here. Thanks for the continued support. Next week I'm gonna have some new stuff and it's gonna be cool. So y'all are gonna want to see that. Um, I'll have my FMS P47 assembled and showing off some stuff. So I'll have a couple FMS birds put together and ready to showcase for you guys. So um, thank you for being here. Check out all the other shows that are coming up. Kenny's always on several times a week. But there are other people. RC Plane Reviewer is a good friend and somebody worth watching. They're probably some of the most unbiased reviews out there right now. Take a look at them. Take a look at all the other people that are doing shows. There are not many people that do shows worthy of watching, but there are some. So, but always support people that are doing this because the hobby is about um, everybody looking out for one another. So, do that. Um, and I'm gonna get going. But thank you all for being here and cue the porno music right now.